The 2025 regular season for the NFL is just a few days away. We're getting really, really close. The preseason's over, ladies and gentlemen, and we're on to the regular season. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and I got bold predictions for you guys. 5 of them. And I'll give you a little disclaimer. This ain't a cold predictions video. There's a reason why they're bold. There's a reason why they're hot takes. Because are they going to happen? Maybe, but I think they probably will. First one, we got to stick with the wide receiver, and that is Stefon Diggs. And we have been waiting for a Patriots wide receiver to go over 1,000 yards since 2019. Well, I think that he is going to hit it. And I did the math for you guys, and I rounded up because you're not going to get 58.8 yards per game. That's just not going to happen. Well, it could with the math and everything like that. But 59 yards per game to get to 1,000. And this has been super easy for Stefon Diggs throughout his entire career. I know you see 2024, he didn't get that. 496 yards, but you could see those games played. He only had 8 games played. Well, in 2023, 17 games played. 2022, 16. And you see all that. 1,000 yards every single year. He has done it for like 5 years straight. And then Mike Vrabel kind of gave us the confirmation about if he was going to be ready for week 1. And he said, that he's ready to go, and that helps our offense, and that it helps Drake. And again, I think that they're building a connection. I think that we've played a lot of different receiver combinations, and I think it's been good, whether that be in the red zone or on a 2-minute drive. So that just tells me he'll be on the field week 1. And it's an amazing feat. Coming off an ACL injury is absolutely crazy. That is insane to come back that quickly. He tore it in October of last year, and he worked his ass off to get back on the field. And I gave a quick math for you. During that year when he was with the Texans before he got hurt, he was averaging 62 yards per game. I think it's going to happen in 2025. If you're ready for Diggs to be ready week 1, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, show your love, and show how excited you are to see Stefon Diggs in a Patriots uniform. My second bold prediction, and this is probably the hottest take of the entire video, and it's that the Patriots are top 10 in sacks. And I say that, and it's probably a hot take because, if you look at last year, the pass rush was awful. They were dead last in sacks at 28. No, not over 30. And to put that in perspective, the Broncos had 60. They had over 60, and the Patriots had 28. But they revamped this entire defensive line and the edge rushers. You got Christian Barmore back, who wasn't here last year because of unfortunate blood clots. You brought in Khyiris Tonga, which is a depth piece. He's solid. Milton Williams as your defensive tackle. He was leading the NFL in pressures during the playoffs last year. 3 games, every single game in the playoffs had at least 3 pressures. And then you look at the pass rushers. I have Kayshon Boutte there. He led the Patriots in sacks. Harold Landry comes in after having 8 sacks last year. And then TreVeyon Henderson, who was absolutely broken out. And we saw him last year. 5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 32 tackles. A solid player, but he has looked even better since the preseason has started. He was going off. And I think that he is actually kind of jumping Kayshon Boutte to be a part of that pass rushing squad. And I think you might see him on one side and also Harold Landry on the other side. There is just way too many weapons on this front 5 to not get to the quarterback. You can't double team Milton Williams because then Christian Barmore's going in. You can double team Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, and on the outside with how fast Harold Landry is, and on the other side with TreVeyon Henderson kind of just breaking out this year, I think that it could happen. Now, this is a bold predictions video. Is it going to happen? But I don't expect them to have 28 sacks in a single year. That's just not happening. That's pathetic. And that's what happens when you have Anthony Jennings on the edge who only gets about 2 sacks in the entire year. Just happens. Should have been cut. If he's on the roster, he might get traded. This is why, though, you subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you daily Patriots videos every single day. Breaking news coverage. When a move happens, like a trade, a big trade, or a signing, we will go live. We got it for you. Even yesterday when the 53-man roster video came out, we were on it. Live watch parties every single week. We got a watch party. We're ready for week 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders, and we're going to have some fun with that. It's 100% free. And we already passed 27,000. We're on our way to 29,000. So join all the Patriots fans today and subscribe to Patriots Today. My third bold prediction is that TreVeyon Henderson, will be the running back one and have 50 catches or even more on the season. And we saw what he did during the preseason. He returned a kick return, the opening kick return of the preseason, put on that jolt of speed, and he just has the strength. He is real, like the bolt of speed, the strength, the quickness. It looks great, and I love watching him play. So I figured he's going to get a lot more playing time. He also could catch the ball a lot. You saw during practice and training camp, they're trying to involve him. Well, if you look back with Josh McDaniels coming back at just the years while he was being the Patriots offensive coordinator, what the running backs have done on the receiving field. You had Brandon Bolden, who was a solid player for the Patriots. I loved him. I loved him on special teams too. 41, 2020, 49 with James White. And then these last 2 years, 72 and 87 catches. That is crazy. And TreVeyon Henderson has spoke about how much he wants to be involved in the passing game. He said this. He said that about the passing game. That's something I come to practice and try to get better at. Running routes out of the backfield, pass protection. Every aspect of my game, I'm just trying to get better. And I kind of see it kind of being as a 1A, 1B type. I think Henderson will be the running back one, and I think that's why he's going to get 50 catches. But when you look at Ramondre, like when you get into the red zone at the 5-yard line, you might hand it off to Henderson, but if you have the strength with Ramondre, you can run right up the middle and score a touchdown like you kind of saw with Garrett Blount back in the day. Going to get to our last two bold predictions of the Patriots 2025 season, but I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. Regular season football is here, people, and college football is also here. So don't miss any of the action this year on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. And I made this little lineup putting my sports opinions to the test. You saw me bold predicting Stefan Diggs goes for 1,000. Well, I got the more on that, 735.5 receiving yards. Dak Prescott with a max discount just needs one week one, and then Drake Maye more on 19.5 passing touchdowns. You can make a lineup just like that one when you download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link for that will be in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, my next one, and this is crazy. I've been on the train, the Efton Chism train, choo-choo, since about May. I went back and looked at some of the videos of me talking about, I think he's going to make the team. Well, he made the roster. And I think that he's going to have more catches on the year than Kyle Williams. And here's your depth chart. And you have Stefon Diggs, Demario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Mack Hollins, Efton Chism, and Kyle Williams. Well, if you look at Diggs, Boutte, Williams, Mack Hollins, they just got rid of Kendrick Bourne and Javon Baker. But still, the Patriots only have 2 slots. It's Pop Douglas and Chism. And then I looked at kind of just the whole entire wide receiver group as a whole, and you have Stefon Diggs as your Z. You have Mack Hollins as your X. You have Kyle Williams as your X, and Kayshon Boutte as your X. You have already 2 X receivers in Kayshon Boutte and Mack Hollins who have proven themselves. Well, Kyle Williams is kind of third on that spot. Well, Efton Chism is on the slot. So if Pop Douglas gets tired and just needs a little bit of just breathing room, Efton Chism comes right in and plays the slot. It is way more opportunities for Chism than it is for Kyle Williams. I'm not saying Kyle Williams is going to be a bad receiver in the slightest. I think he's going to be great. But Chism is a guy that's going to thrive in a McDaniels offense because he has way more opportunities to go just in the middle of the field, like 5 to 6 yards. Kyle Williams is trying to take the top off the defense and going deep. He's going to be your guy that goes 10 to 15 yards down the field. Chism is going to go 5 yards and stop and go crosser over the middle, out routes, quick slants, everything that you see from the McDaniels offense that you saw in the past with Danny Amendola and Josh McDaniels. And I think that Chism has, at least this year right now, way more of an opportunity than Kyle Williams. I think Kyle Williams still has a little bit more time to develop. But if you want to see Efton Chism thrive like I do, I'm thinking about getting his jersey already. You let me know if I should. But also, if you think I should and you want to see him thrive, hit that thumbs up icon. I want to see him get probably 30 to 30 catches. That's what I'm predicting for him this year. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. And my last bold prediction, and I had to save the best for last, and it's the Patriots making the playoffs. And it always starts with your first 8 games of the year. And if you look at it, Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, Bills, Saints, Titans, and Browns. I think the Raiders is a win. Kind of Dolphins is a little iffy. Steelers, I'm not moved by them in the slightest. Panthers, that's a dub. Saints, Titans, Browns. On schedule, on paper is so easy. The first 8 games are going to determine everything. And when you look at that schedule, the Pats could be 6-2 through 8 games. I know it's crazy to sound, but you're telling me that they can't beat the Titans, the Browns, the Saints, the Panthers, and then the Raiders week 1? It's definite possibility. But if this schedule was a lot harder, then I would say there's no chance. But if you go 6-2 or even 5-3 through the first 8 games, you're in the hunt. You're getting that 7th spot. And it might come down to week 18 between the Dolphins and the Patriots for who's getting that 7th seed in the AFC. So it's a possibility, and I think it's going to happen. So go ahead, while you're down in the comments section, go ahead, predict the Patriots record through the first 8 games. I'm not going to go 6-2. I said 6-2. I think it's going to be 5-3. It's improved, but the roster's improved, but the schedule is just cake. It's so easy. It's so easy. That's going to do it for the latest episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you want to keep the conversation going, my DMs are always open, and I'm talking Pats on Twitter, on Instagram. Go hit me up at TheRealAlper. And as always, let's go Pats.